Hello, welcome to another racket review. I'm Tennisrally, and today we will be reviewing the new Babolat Pure Strike 97, previously called Pure Strike VS. So this is the newest version of that. The VS was the first generation of the racket, and this is the second generation from Babolat. So this frame is the most controlled version of all the Pure Strike rackets. It comes with a leather grip in stock, so that's the main difference from the classic Pure Strike. It's more controlled frame and so on. We will go into the specs, but yeah, the most controlled. It comes with leather grip. It's the heaviest. It has a different string pattern and so on. You can see the specs on the screen here. We have a 97 square inch head size. The classic Pure Strike is 98, so it's just a bit smaller. Then we have a 310 gram unstrung weight, 31 centimeter balance, 63 RA in the stiffness. We have a swing weight of 321, and the beam goes from 21 to 22 back to 21 millimeters, and it's a 16 by 20 string pattern, so there's no 16 by 19 or 18 by 20 as the other Pure Strikes. So that's the differences from the regular Pure Strike. First off, we can talk about the 16 by 20 string pattern. This pattern gives a bit more control. Some rackets have it, the Pure Strike, Pure Arrow VS or Pure Arrow 98 as it's called now. We have the V-Core 95 as well with the 16 by 20 string pattern. You get a bit more control, a bit lower launch. It's easier to hit flatter shots. Maybe not in all cases, but in general that's how a 16 by 20 string pattern compares to a 16 by 19. And if you compare it to an 18 by 20, it's more spin, more lift on the ball over the net, a bit more power. So you get something a little bit in between of a 16 by 19 and a 18 by 20. Still not like 18 by 19. It's more like a 16 by 19, closer to 16 by 19 than a 18 by 20 or 18 by 19 string pattern. A lot of numbers here, but I hope you understood what I was trying to say. So this racket has kind of a muted, maybe a bit crisp kind of feeling. The Pure Strike family or the Babolat family in general is kind of stiff and muted. This is a bit softer in the stiffness. Has a bit more feel compared to the other frames in the same racket series. So definitely one of my favorite Babolat rackets at the moment. It's hard for me to compare to the previous version. I had a test frame of it, but I got injured like a week in, so I didn't really get time to hit the frame to try it for real. But what I can tell is with the previous frame, I felt that I didn't have the same reach. It felt short. It is standard length, but it felt short in some way. I don't know why. This year they also say, but I also feel that the top of the string bed is a bit more generous. The sweet spot is maybe a bit higher up, so I don't feel the same feeling that I had, that I felt short. Now it's more like a standard racket again, as it's supposed to be. So this racket is quite a versatile racket. It's a bit more on the control and harder to use side, but you have a open string pattern. You can still hit pretty flat shots. I still felt that I had control. So you can see the string spacing. It's more dense in the middle compared to the outer edges, both on the sides and the top and bottom. So you still have control when going for a flatter kind of shots, but you also have a bit of forgiveness when hitting outside of the sweet spot. I would still say, considering all the specification that I mentioned, and the thin beam and lower stiffness and so on, I still feel that I get the power that I need to be aggressive and follow up with my approach shots, and hit winners from the baseline as well. So there's no lack in power as long as you hit the sweet spot. It won't be any problem for you. But then again, the sweet spot is smaller than your typical racket, so it will still be more difficult with this frame. So that is something that you have to keep in mind before buying this racket. So I would recommend to try this racket before you test it. It's not for everyone. It is a pure strike. It's more maybe a old school type of Babolat frame with the softer stiffness. But you can check it out at Tennis Warehouse Europe for yourself. You can either buy it or then wait for a week and try it, and you can get your money back if you decide to buy the racket. So that will be all for me. I hope you enjoyed this racket review, and I hope I see you in the next video.